Hey y'all, my name is Mandy Rhymes and I am a Senegence distributor in Benton, Louisiana. Some of y'all saw my selfie yesterday with Shadowsense along with Lipsense for your eyeshadow. And y'all had some questions, so I thought I would do a video and show you guys how I did it. Um, I do not prime my eyes. Usually I do if I'm using powdered eyeshadow, but for Senegence, I find that using a primer does not help at all, so I just don't use one for this. I start out with the sandstone shimmer, or I'm sorry, sandstone pearl, the matte, not the shimmer. And I usually just put everything on my hand. And I just put this all over as a base. And if y'all have never used the Shadowsense, it is so soft and so creamy. And I was really honestly worried about the blending part of it, and it blends super easy as long as you do it before it dries. You have about a minute before it dries. Okay. And then I go in with my Mocha Java shimmer, and again I just put everything on my hand. And I just use a MAC brush. I don't even know what number this is. And I just dab a little bit. A little goes a long way with these if you've never used Shadowsense. And I go in with a light hand. And I kind of blend up with an even lighter hand just to give that blended look. And then I just barely dab any on there because it really does go a long way. It's very pigmented. Sorry if y'all can hear my TV. I didn't even think about that until I started. And I have a mirror behind me if y'all are wondering what I'm looking at. Okay. And then with my sandstone pearl shimmer, I put some of that on my hand. I'll also use this as a highlight, and it's super pretty. Okay, but with this, I do not use a brush. I pat it on my finger. and I dab it on my lid. I find that it doesn't blend in with the Mocha Java shimmer if I just pat it on after I do my crease. And I have always been really afraid of cream eyeshadows because every one that I've ever used, and I'll also put it in my corner, every one that I've ever used has crease. And this is just like Lipsense. When it is on and it dries, it's on. It's not going anywhere. And I also put it on my brow bone and kind of blend it down to the Mocha Java shimmer. It's a lot of um, adding and then going back and adding more to get the blended look. And then I go back in with this brush. I don't add any more Shadowsense on it. I just kind of blend it out more. Okay. And then I get my garnet. And garnet can also be used for brunettes' eyebrows if it's the right shade, and it works really well for that. I'm going to go back in with the same brush, and with this, be very, very careful. It does not take much at all. And I just add it. Here, baby. I have a 5-week-old, and he is waking up. I really wish I would have thought about that TV being on. I was watching the news this morning and now the view is on and I just can't really get into it. And I'm going in with just a very light hand. That's the trick to blending. Use a very, very light hand. And towards the outer corner, I go back in with a little more. If you are wondering what lip color I'm wearing, it is pomegranate with orchid gloss. Orchid is my favorite. And I find that, for me anyways, it's more moisturizing than the glossy gloss. Like, I wear my orchid to bed. And sometimes if you just kind of use your finger, I know makeup artists are probably cringing at me using my finger, but that's just what works best for me sometimes. Let me go back in the other corner. Okay, and now for the fun part. I'm gonna wipe this off my hand. So, how I blend, even when I'm using just regular eyeshadow, is I like to go in with kind of a pinky color right where the dark color stops, just to kind of warm it up and make it more of a subtle, natural blend. So first I'm going to go in with Bella, and I like using Bella and First Love because they're kind of similar, but one's just a little darker. Maybe not on your lips, but when you're using it for eyeshadow, they're similar. And I usually have my little paint pots, but I don't have one near me right now, so I'm just going to use my hand. Okay, so we'll go in with Bella first, and I'm going to make sure that I wipe my brush off really good. And some of you were asking how I clean my brushes when I'm done. I just clean them the same way that I normally would if I was using regular eyeshadow. If you have a favorite brush cleanser, just, you know, use what you like to use. And this goes a really, really, really long way. Like, I barely dab it in there, and I make sure to kind of blend it out and get it even on my brush before I apply it on my face, because if you don't do that, you're going to end up with one big dot. So just kind of make sure it's even on your brush. And just keep on going back in. You'd rather be light and keep adding than it be too dark the first time you do it, because once this is on, it's not going anywhere. And you want it to be very subtle. Like, it's not going to be a, you're not going to be able to look at it and say, oh, that's Bella on her eyes. And the Lipsense will dry quick, so make sure you're working kind of quickly. Okay, and then the last thing I do, well, one of the last things that I do, I go in with First Love and put it in between the Bella and the Sandstone Pearl Shimmer. And see, they're kind of, one's just darker. And this does come off when you wash your face. I was a little worried about that the first time I did it. I thought it would be like it is on your lips. But it does, the Lipsense does come off easily when you wash your face. I'm going to go back in with a little more garnet. Basically just a lot of adding with a very light hand. And for me, that's the easiest way to achieve blending. And then I already have on my lashes and I had on my eyeliner. I'm going to get back in with a little more sandstone pearl shimmer. More in the corner. No problem. And I don't line my bottom, I just line my top, but we're going to put Lipsense on the bottom too. Okay, so one more little trick I have with the Lipsense. I'm going to go back in with Bella and First Love. You could even use like a Napa or a raisin or a mulled wine first if you're going for a darker line, but get a smaller brush. I'm going to put some Bella and First Love on my hand. And I'm going to go in with the Bella first with a little heavier hand and more on the brush. And be careful not to get it in your eye. Okay, and then I'm going to, without wiping off my brush, go in with the First Love and go under the Bella. And then just kind of blend it out. I just find with me, if I use like a brown or a black eyeliner on bottom, it closes in my eyes. Alright, well that is the the finished look with the Lipsense and Shadowsense. If y'all have any questions, message me or comment on here, and I'd be happy to answer any of them. And I hope y'all have a great day. Bye.